I was thinking the other day, out of all our friends, Sophie, Daniel, and Mark are such different personalities. It's almost impossible to compare them fairly.
Tell me about it. Sophie is definitely the most assertive of the three. She doesn't hesitate to speak her mind, sometimes too bluntly if you ask me.
True, but I'd argue that while Sophie is more outspoken, Daniel is far more tactful. He communicates with a subtlety that Sophie completely lacks. He's not as direct, but he gets his point across with much more diplomacy.
Exactly. And when it comes to emotional intelligence, I'd say Daniel is considerably more empathetic than both of them. Mark, for example, is kind-hearted, but he's a little less perceptive in social situations.
Yes, Mark is one of the kindest people I know, but he's probably the least self aware of the three. Still, his optimism is infectious. He's noticeably more upbeat than Daniel, who tends to be more serious and introspective.
That's true, but when it comes to reliability, Sophie beats them both. She's by far the most dependable. I can't remember a single time she's let someone down.
Agreed. Even if she's occasionally abrasive, she always follows through. Mark, on the other hand, is more spontaneous, which makes him fun to be around, but slightly less consistent.
Right? And if we're talking about creativity, I'd say Mark is probably marginally more imaginative than Sophie, although Daniel comes up with the most original ideas when given the time.
Daniel definitely thinks outside the box, but he's more of a slow burn. He takes longer to process things, whereas Sophie is noticeably quicker on her feet. Her responses are sharper, even if they're sometimes a bit harsh.
So in short, Sophie is the most assertive and reliable, Daniel is the most emotionally intelligent and diplomatic, and Mark is the most cheerful and creatively unpredictable.
And somehow we still manage to get along with all three of them.
That's probably because we're the most adaptable of the bunch.